Welcome back to Project Abyssus, where I build deep water ROVs and explore Lake Tahoe. I'd like to say thank you for the 1,250 subscribers, and also I will not be talking on the videos right now because I have a TBI from an accident. So I will be writing everything down and doing a voiceover because I actually really don't talk well anymore. I am a hermit and I stay in my office, driving myself crazy with 3D printing these parts and CADing. But really check out the sounds of these 3D printing, it's kind of cool.
Hey guys, we're going to show you the robot we're building to explore the bottom of Lake Tahoe.
Last time we left off with a test of Tessie in the American River. Everything worked okay besides it was a little bit unstable, but we'll address that later.
I guess I should bust those fans off the back.
Now I want to integrate all the systems I have built on this platform. And I want to explore the bottom of Lake Tahoe with it, but it's all broken. And I put it away wet. Last time we used it in Fallen Leaf Lake, and it was a complete disaster. But it's going to take some cleaning. I got to take all this stuff apart and put it back together with new seals and whatnot and test it. This was the live view camera system that works with Cat 6 cord, and that's how I can actually see the camera footage up on top while it's below me. The light housing was from one of my very old projects, my first project, and it had a very powerful light in it, and it was filled with transformer fluid, but now that's broken too. We're gonna have to fix that. This one is a light housing and also houses the GoPro. This is how we get the good footage, and this is going to be on the system as well, except for last time I used it, we had some cat food on it. So the motor for the ROV is not in it right now. I'm going to have to put that back in and get that guy back up and running. I'm also going to address the stability issues a little bit later. The cord, we're going to have to get that figured out. That's 500 feet of cord coupled with another 500 feet. It's a big mess. And all this stuff needs to be taken apart and checked and re-put back together. Apparently putting tuna on a can in Tahoe doesn't yield very good results. And that's one of the last things I did. Unfortunately, that can of tuna or sardines or whatever it is very old and stinky. It's nasty. So we cut that off, started work on everything. It's a good place to start. Got the motor back in the ROV and we had to give it a test. Luckily this part is still working fine. Just a couple little modifications and we got that running well. After rewiring the actual screen, we got that back up and running. The plug broke, the DC plug, so I had to solder it to the board itself. But I like it better that way anyways. I don't have to worry about the cord coming out. I actually wired up a new camera into the live view camera housing. The live view camera housing, it could take video several thousand feet deep. I don't know what the max is. I kind of have a proprietary way of transmitting the video up the Cat 5, which I don't think other people have caught on to yet. So I CAD'd up a little 3D printed part for this and 3D printed it. It's not a very good 3D print, but it does its job. This is going to actually hold the camera in the live view camera housing. Now that we have all the electronics working, it's time to go out and test them. So I live pretty close to Lake Tahoe, and I went up to a lesser known lake that's also pretty cool. Try to get up there, and I'm going to show you guys a lot of the video of the burn score footage. This is the Caldor fire. I was evacuated for this. Now, unfortunately, we never actually got up to the lake I wanted to go to. The road ended up getting worse and worse, and we ended up having to turn around. But not a lot of people get to see this, so we're gonna might as well show you what's going on around. So we had to back down, all the way back down to Slide Park Lake. Got all the equipment on it. It's really hokey. It's just taped together. This is Slide Park Lake. It's in Pollock Pines, California. It's about 160 feet deep. I actually have some videos exploring it. I'm using a catamaran right now instead of a boat or a kayak. It's a lot better than a kayak, but it presents some new problems, and I'll explain those later. I have the live view working. Everything's working right now, actually. Nothing's leaking, except for screen capturing. What I'm seeing on the screen was really hard, so eventually we had to go back to shore, use the camera and a bunch of stuff to get this shot, but this is basically what I'm seeing through the live view camera. This is basically so I can drive the drone and direct the cameras while I'm doing this sort of stuff. What you're looking at right now is the screen. You're getting overlapping with the frame rates, so the screen you're seeing is distorted. I don't see the distortion when I'm looking at it. It's actually very clear. It's a high definition shot. The colors are very good, actually. Finally, we did make it up to Lake Tahoe. We wanted to go out there and test everything, so we stretched out a lot of cord on the shore and scared the tourists. They were pretty confused. This guy was in charge of making sure the cord didn't get tangled as I went out. Unfortunately, it did. When I finally got a mile out, the wind turned directions and blew me to the middle of the lake, and I almost died. So that was fun. On the way back, we stopped by my parents' house, and some of my really old subscribers might remember the Brittley Underground. This is where I dug a hand-dug tunnel 36 feet deep. I had used a jackhammer. We went through bedrock. It was a pretty neat project. That's a 24-foot extension ladder. I haven't been in there in 7 years, so I put a GoPro on a remote control car and put it down there first, because I did not know if there was going to be any snakes or homeless people. I don't know what's down there. Well, that did its job, but it didn't work so well, so I actually ended up going down there myself. This is the bottom. No one's seen this in about 7 or 8 years, so it's pretty neat. It's just like the day we left it, except for a couple little sticks and some root screw in. To the left, you see my little shelf I built and stuff like that. We left a beer can down there, I guess. The shovel actually was leaned up against the wall. It was intact the last time we were down there. It just collapsed. The wood collapses pretty fast. There's 5 steps going down. Each one goes down 9 inches. What you just seen there was pine tree roots, 30 feet under the ground. The sidewalls are very colorful. It's tertiary bedrock. And that's where I stopped. Now, you can see a light, and I tried to turn it on, but right after I turned it on, it exploded, fried. So, that about ends this little part. If you want to see more, let me know. But back to the robot, the stability issue we had to fix. To drive it in Lake Tahoe, it's going to be going over some stuff like that. So I got a bicycle from a thrift shop, cut some stuff in there, and attached it to the back. And that's going to allow it to stay a little bit more upright, and we'll give that a test. And that's going to be in the next video, because this is the end of this one. Also, here is a sneak peek at what I'm working on now. It's a larger tracked vehicle designed for the bomb Lake Tahoe. It should be able to do everything at 1,650 feet. It's just going to cost a lot of money to build, and the people I asked for money aren't really receptive, so I might kind of come up with other ways to raise money for this one. It's going to take some time. I'm going to leave you with some bathymetrical shots of Tahoe and the old business music. See you next time.